What is wrong with you?
I'm doing my 1 to 16 and they won't let me put the Dragons 17th.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Rugby League Outlaws, brought to you by Punctured Media, our friends at Zero Fucks Clothing, and of course Top Sports. Dan, we're here to talk some rugby league.
We are. Best time of the year is almost upon us. We've seen everyone on Twitter and other less important social media platforms give their 1 to 16. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because there's only one that counts, and that's our combined.
Yeah, look, I know we said it's a good time to talk rugby league, but we're going to do the bottom four tonight just to get it over.
You got to get it out of the way. People don't tune in for this. I mean, they do, but they're not there.
No.
So what we're going to do today is we're going to post our unbiased, non-agenda driven.
No agenda here.
Totally going to happen. Bottom four?
Bottom four. You
want to take us away with... now, look, I just want to say before, we're not targeting these teams.
No, absolutely not.
We just think they're really bad at football. Someone's got to finish last.
Someone does, yeah.
And it's going to be...
It won't be the Bulldogs this year.
Absolutely not.
No.
Big improves. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, it won't be the Bulldogs this year. The Wooden Spoon... Look, we've done all the calculations, all the methodology, everything that we needed to do. It's all on the paper. The statistics show that this year, the North Queensland Cowboys are going to finish last. And you don't even need stats. You just need to look at their roster.
It is not the strongest I've ever seen.
No, it's one of the worst.
Big names all across the park?
Not really.
4 big names across the park?
2?
I'll raise you one. You got Tamalolo, of course.
You do?
Valentino?
No, not a big name.
Okay, well, there you go. He's proven me wrong. The Hammer. The Hammer for me is the superstar of this team. Playing fullback, I love to see it. Don't like what they're doing to get him there. It's worth the risk.
Look, I think for them to avoid the Wooden Spoon, he needs to have an absolutely sensational season. I'm not convinced of him at fullback, by the way. His games at fullback last year, no, for mine, he's put him on the wing, get him in space.
Look, fair call. I think they have to take this risk. Looking at the 1 to 17 and beyond, I don't see many points in this team.
No, I don't see any or many points in this team, but one of the big areas for the Cowboys is their backline, and they could easily have a fantastic backline if they put Valentine Holmes, who is one of the best wingers in the game, on the wing, and they put Hammer on the other wing, and they put Scott Drinkwater at fullback, because they're not going to put him in the halves.
That's a fair call. The problem is, though, they're paying him fullback money to play on the wing. You got to bite that bullet.
Well, they're paying Valentine Holmes $1 million to play in the centres.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't. I don't know if this is more about getting these players into Origin, because Queensland don't have any depth in the back line, and maybe Valentine Holmes can take that centre spot that Kurt Capewell has been occupying. I'm not sure if they want to do that or how they want to do it, but yeah, for mine, the back line's not good. The halves are ordinary. You got Chad Townsend and Chad Townsend Jr. in your 6 and 7. I hadn't heard of any of their forwards, and how they ruined Jason Taumalolo last year.
One of the best forwards, the premier forward in the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Todd Payton turns around and said that he didn't want to play him exorbitant amount of minutes because it's going to take on the longevity. Todd, if you don't play him, you're not going to have a coaching job.
No, he's certainly not.
You don't need to worry about 3 or 4 years down the track, because if you keep coming 15th, 16th or whatever, you ain't going to have a job.
Look, giving them a big contract seemed like a good idea at the time. They never work.
No.
Ever. Buddy Frankham from the Swans, they did all they could, and the last 3 or 4 years were hopeless. Tamalolo.
Cherry Evans,
another one.
I know.
There's no way out.
I know Manly have been okay and they've been in the finals, but since that $1 million contract, they haven't looked like getting to a grand final.
No, unless one player plays really, really well. Look, Tamalolo is the key for me. If he can go back to his destructive best in the faster game, he can do anything. He can blast the game wide open. As you mentioned, though, if you don't have a good forward pack, with all due respect, they don't, you need great halves. And in terms of halves pairing, this is the worst in the competition.
It is, and like the one thing that you need from your halves is to kick you out of trouble. And neither Dearden or Townsend have a good kicking game or a long kicking game.
Look, I take no pleasure in bagging our former premiership winning halfback, but I believe the term you used when he was playing at Cronulla was can't kick past his shadow.
Look, this pot plant behind you is more effective than Chad Townsend in the halves.
Better hair too. Terry.
Talk to me, Dan.
Who have we got at 15th?
It's the West Tigers.
Sorry, Terry, fell over.
Yeah, no, it happens to the best of
Because
us.
they're
mate.
so bad.
Yeah, it just happens to the best of us, Dan. But yeah, look, the Tigers, mate, 15th for mine.
Ah.
They just avoid the wooden spoon, and I think the difference is they do have some potential in their team, but it's not enough.
Look, their best player is out for the majority of the season.
Yeah, and now they're going to be pinning all their hopes on Jackson Hastings bringing some. Well, I mean, his last season in the Super League wasn't good.
Look, it wasn't. I'm okay. I like the signing. I think it's something they had to make.
Well, I like the signing. They had to do something different.
They do have to do something different. I wish they would pull the trigger on Luke Brooks.
Yeah.
Now, I've written about this on Zero Tackle multiple times. I think him moving on is best for everyone involved, but they stuck with him during the Big Four and said he's the one we want, and I think that pride has got in the way of a good decision.
Yeah, look, for mine, I think I read something today that Dewey's aiming to be back between rounds 8 and 10. So
That'd be
if you said round 9, then you've got a halves pairing of Jackson Hastings and Luke Brooks for 9 weeks. And if they're languishing, which we think they will,
No, they will.
that's probably when Dewey comes back, they pull the trigger and say, Brooksy, you've got to go. What I'm really happy about, because I remember reading it when they got Hastings, is they said they were going to play Hastings at lock. And that just doesn't work.
Nope, you can't have three small halves
Average halves.
to get attacked. Now, looking at their signings this year, okay, not bad. We won't bag. Next year, very good. A gap year of sorts.
Yeah, their 11th gap year from the finals is coming this year. Look, really good signings for next year. It's fantastic that players still want to go to the Tigers, decent players. And obviously, we haven't even mentioned Big Steph from them.
He's a gun, genuine gun.
Yeah, and he was part of the Blues camp this year. So they needed to bring some players around him. It sucks for them they're losing Luciano Leilua. They're bringing in Isaiah Papali'i.
That's an upgrade.
They're bringing in Appy as well. So, look, fantastic signings for 2023. They'll probably get back into the 9th spot then. But for now, they're bottom 4.
Can I throw a name at you?
No.
Well, I'm going to do it anyways. Tyrone Peachey.
Nah, terrible signing.
Where does he play?
He doesn't have a position.
It's fair call.
They
but don't
paid him
forget-
big money to go on the bench.
Yeah, and they've done that many, many times, which explains a long way.
They have replaced Moses Mbai with Tyrone Peachey, and neither of them make sense in the Tigers setup.
That's fair call. I think you have to find a spot in the 1 to 13 for Tyrone Peachey.
Okay. Dan,
Talk to me, Terry.
it's time for Team 14.
Look, this is a team that you and I went back and forth with, but ultimately agreed that they would be a fair way outside the 8. A rebuilding year, perhaps, if you may. That is the St George Illawarra Dragons. They're old mates at the Dragons.
Yeah, look, I'm a lot higher than a lot of people are on the Dragons at the moment. The fact that they were installed favourites to the wooden spoon on all the betting apps just says that people out there are just going to waste a lot of money.
I think they got that right. Their squad is a lot better than the two
Yeah.
teams we mentioned previously.
Yeah, and look, we talk about saying that the Tigers are just going to avoid the wooden spoon. The Dragons should be nowhere near it.
This could be where they're on like 8 points and then the Dragons are on like 16.
Yeah.
I think there's a fair gap here.
There is a big gap there as well. Now the
Trying to be respectful to little brother.
Yeah, the Dragons have got a lot of potential in their backline. They've just upgraded Tyrell Sloan.
Tyrell Sloan,
Yep.
which we've been calling for weeks.
Yeah, you got Cody Ramsey has accepted the fact that he's going to be a winger, which is great. Zach Lomax is back. They've got the Fagai brothers, really, really good players. Junior Amone, I like him.
Moses Sully's in.
Moses Sully is in as well. Now, we've just talked about 6 or 7 players there that are young, have got less than 50 first grade. I think the only one who's got a lot of first grade games, their name would be Zach Lomax in that situation there.
Done.
All of them would probably have about a combined 30 games if they're lucky. That's good. Ben Hunt in the 7 to steer that team around. Andrew McCulloch in the 9. Okay.
A lot of experience, a lot of skill.
A half decent spine if Sloan can do it.
Yeah.
Where they get let down is their forward pack, Daniel.
Absolutely. Look, the general feeling is that forwards are getting younger, they're getting faster, and they're getting more agile. This team do not fit that bill. I mean, you got Burgess coming back from a career-ending injury. Aaron Woods, who, with all due respect, probably not the forward he once was. Tarek Sims, they actively shopped and told him, you have no future here. Now he's going to start for them. And Jaden Sewer, who was told by the Bunnies that you ain't got it.
Yeah, look, And the really harsh thing about that as well is that Jaden Sewer plays Origin.
Yeah, he's first player picked in their back
Yeah.
row.
Then you talk about Josh Maguire,
Another stint.
Yeah, he's got another stint on the sideline. So, look, the recruitment drive that they did, and they got Jake Kachelski as well from Manly.
Yeah, they've gone some experience up front.
Doesn't make sense. None of these signings make sense. Like, how do you look at your forward pack and go, you know what, we got carved up in the middle all year. Let's go and sign Aaron Woods.
Yeah, look, it's boggling.
Yeah.
That's why they get paid the big bucks, but we get paid equally big bucks to question these decisions. I can see a lot of points in this team, but I think they may go close to conceding the most points.
Yeah, I can see a lot of points in the Dragons as well, out wide. They've got a lot of speed, but as you said, defensively, like, it wouldn't surprise me if the Dragons scored 28 points and lost by 20.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those.
It's going to be one of those years. That'll be a lot of fun to watch for a team that loses.
Look, that's true. Always bet the overs with top sport, of course.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw a name at you. Jack Bird at 13. What are your thoughts?
I mean, again, it's another player that they got, and you look at it and you go, what do you do with him? They tried him in the centres. They've tried him at fullback. They tried him at 5'8". They put him on the edge. Now you're going to put a guy whose body is so broken down, it's worse than a 1980s Datsun, in the middle of the pack to defend against guys that we talked about like Tormalolo.
Yeah, it's frightening. Look, I'm a fan of Birds. I'm gonna admit it. Give me all the grief you want off camera. I like the guy. What he did for us was incredible. He can't play 13.
No, I was a huge fan of Jack Bird until his attitude and ego got in the way. The best thing that he ever could have done for his career was played at right centre, and he was the Origin utility because he could play 5'8", he could play fullback at a pinch. But he just had all these demands. I want, not I'm going to go and earn. And look what he's done to his career.
Looks true, and he's pretty experienced coaching. They're not going to let him bend their will. Look, I like I said, we went back and forth on the Dragons. I don't want to put the boot in too hard because they could finish quite a bit higher, but that forward pack really worries me.
The concerning thing for mine as well is that Ben Hunt, the Dragons are in a rebuild, and Ben Hunt has said, I want to extend my time there. Ben, you need to go and win a premiership.
Won't be at the Dragons.
Yeah, you're off contract. You need to go and throw yourself in front of a team that is going to be competing for finals. Like go to Souths.
Yeah, look, you put him in at 7, Souths. Look, I think Ben Hunt cops a lot of undue criticism.
He does.
I really like the bloke. But if you say, are you more worried about him or, say, a Cody Walker? Unlucky 13, Terry.
Again, a lot of debate, you and I.
Heated discussion.
Correct discussion from us, Dan. 13th place, we have settled on the New Zealand Warriors.
Look, everyone's second favourite team.
Not mine.
No, mine either, hence their air quotes. Yeah, but anyways, thanks for all you've done, etc., etc. I have a stat.
Go for it.
Shaun Johnson used to be really good.
Yep.
Ash Taylor used to be pretty good. Neither right now are overly good.
Yeah, look, I'm not going to lay the boot into Shaun Johnson because he did a lot of good things for us off the field. He got us in the finals.
Yeah, that's true.
2 out of the 3 seasons he was there.
Risky strategy, though.
Risky strategy, booting a bloke and then come crawling back when he wants to go
and
back.
And they did have to come crawling back, and boy, did he enjoy that.
Yeah.
And he had every right.
Yeah, look, he looks really good. He looks really happy in the pre-season. Okay, but we saw that as well. We saw Shaun Johnson, motivated, happy, loving life, wanted to stay in Cronulla for the rest of his career. Didn't get that opportunity. I really like the Warriors forward pack.
It's big and it's scary.
I like Josh Curran. I like Tohu Harris.
Ewan Aikens.
Ewan Aikens, yeah. I don't like their starting front row, but, you made a comment just before as forwards are getting younger and more mobile. Look, Fanua, Blake and Lodge, 2 of the worst human beings on the planet, but they're mobile, they're aggressive. They do have a brain snap in them.
They certainly do.
They do, but that's a really good starting front row. Where they get let down, they don't have a number 9.
Yeah, look, no, they don't. And if Ash Taylor isn't the answer, I don't believe they have a number 6 either, because I think their best 6 is playing in number 1.
Yeah, and don't forget, they've also got Chanel Harris-Tavita as well.
Yeah, good player. Never really... Maybe this is the year that he does live up. I think that their season depends on how Ash Taylor plays. If he lives up finally to his potential And don't forget, he's off contract again. Even though he's been upgraded, he'll be a Dolphin.
Yeah, he'll be a Dolphin.
It's going to happen. But for that to happen, he's got to say, come get me.
Yeah.
I think he's going to have a big season. I still don't think it's going to be enough.
No, I think he's going to be a flat track bully. Like, he's going to go and destroy the Dragons. He's going to go and destroy the Tigers. Everyone's going to go and destroy the Cowboys. So it's not like you and I could play 6 and 7 for the Tigers and still win that game.
That's true.
But it's just one of the things with Taylor. Like, the Warriors will beat some good teams. The Warriors will beat the teams just above them, and they might knock off a team in the top 8 or the top 4 just because they're aggressive, and they'll beat them up and beat them out of the game, right?
They will.
And, you know, you have a look at a side like Manly, for example, and if they know they've got a hard game against Melbourne and the Warriors players just start getting into them, you know, they might just pull the white flag and just go, okay, look, it's not worth it because we've got to go down to Melbourne.
But we can do some damage.
Yeah, for mine, consistency is the biggest thing that we talk about with the New Zealand Warriors and the lack of it. And then they've just signed the most inconsistent half in the world. And that's not Ash Taylor. That's Sean Johnson.
The other one. Yeah, I think Rocks or Diamonds sums this team up. Look, Reece Walsh is a gun player. Had a season to end all seasons last year. I really like how he's reacted to some off-field issues. He's come out and said, I made a mistake, I'll learn from this. That's something you don't see from a lot of players, far more his senior. So for that, you know...
But there's no guarantee he's going to stay with them as well because the Dolphins are going to come knocking.
Then they will come knocking. I think this guy has a humongous future. He got picked for Origin after like 2 games, don't forget. So, look, he's going to miss round 1. That's the way it is. He's going to have a big season. I don't know where the points come from. They've lost Peter Hicker, who's been their best centre for as long as I can remember. Their 2 superstar wingers no longer at the club.
Yeah, well, Marlo at the Tigers, obviously, and ended the season pretty well with the Tigers. And Fusatua gone to Leeds.
Yeah, I don't know where the points come from.
Don't care either.
No, me neither, but it looks unfortunately like they're going to have another season based in Australia. I really hope that they get that home game. Just even if it's one at the end of the year. I don't know where it's going to happen. If I could say it did, I'd be very, very happy. But one thing I can say with confidence, this team will not challenge for the top 8.
No, absolutely not. Dan.
Talk to me, Terry.
It's time for some top sport tips.
We're getting close. It's getting close to you doing something embarrassing on the screen.
Mate, it is. Look, I'm only one behind, which is...
Could be the week.
Fantastic. Now, we're still pending the outcome of our NFL games.
That's true.
So, we're going to go to some NBA. We're going back into my domain.
We're going to your domain, although I have a hot tip.
You do have a hot tip on there, and I'm very worried about this one, mainly because I gave it to you. But I am going to pick, on Saturday, I'm going to pick the Denver Nuggets MVP favourite Nikola Jokic to go absolutely mental and beat the New Orleans Pelicans. And not only beat them, cover the line, but Jokic, take him for the double-double. That's money for jam.
The double-double. Look, Top Sport don't like us.
They don't like us at all.
They keep sliding into my DMs and say, can you stop, please?
Yeah. Look, my NBA multi that I got yesterday as well, I know they were furious about it.
Look, we won't be stopping.
Absolutely not. Anytime soon.
I have a red hot tip.
I know you do.
Now, because I hate the Thunder and everything they stand for, they keep ruining my life, Terry. I'm going to bet against a different Thunder this week. I'm going to go to the Portland, whatever they are.
Portland Trailblazers.
I know they're the Trailblazers. You just ruined my joke on screen. To beat the Thunder, to cover the line, and I don't care if the line's 20, because the Thunder suck.
It's just not cricket. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Rugby League Outlaws, brought to you by Punctured Media, our friends at Zero Fucks Clothing, and Top Sport. Now, we keep milking them every week, so please just
support them, they need it.
Help them out, support them, start betting on the horses and give them some cash back, because Dan and I take it every week. Don't forget to like and subscribe to everything about Punctured Media, Zero Fucks as well. Give them some support. Trash Dan and I in the comments. We absolutely love it. And do you know what else we love, Dan?
We love Rugby League, Terry.
Oh, not that ball.